I'll turn to you, Lucinda. You're the executive officer. You're the person on the ground in Papua New Guinea, I suppose.
Yes, that's
right. Tell
right.
me your work and yeah, Bookwick, tell me your work here in PNG.
Okay, firstly, Book Block Pikinini currently has, and over the past 9 years, has grown to 17 libraries across 6 provinces in Papua New Guinea.
Cool.
So it's, in my view, quite a big setup for an NGO. We run a structured early childhood literacy program in all our libraries in the mornings. And in the afternoons, it's open to the school children or the schoolies. It's called a school support program. So we have children from nearby settlements that can come and access the books, can have a bit of guided reading. Yeah. And we're looking to expand those kind of activities in the future. So,
any particular age group?
Okay, for the early childhood program in the mornings, currently we target the 5-year-olds because this prepares them for school. So right. At the end of the year, they can get a certificate and move on to an elementary school. So that's the age group that we're working with in the mornings. In the afternoon sessions, it's really open to children of all ages, basically, can come and read. So even children as young as 3 or 4 can come in, and there'll be books available. That
More than 3,000 books in each library.
Okay. 6 provinces.
6 provinces.
And
so you have
who are they?
NCD, which is the largest, and there are 9 libraries in NCD. We have 1 in Central, which is at Tatana. Okay. We have 2 in Milne Bay Province. We have 2 in the Eastern Highlands, or in Goroka, 2 in Ley, and 1 in Manus.
Wow. So, any demand to get it out further to all the other centers?
Oh, definitely. We have demand and expectations really from a lot of politicians who are saying, come and start a library in my province, come to every LLG. Yeah, there's a lot of demand from the community at large, the PNG community, because as you're aware, there's almost like a literacy situation we have, an illiteracy situation. So there's a big demand for us. Also with the school support program in the provinces, because of the breakdown of library services in the provinces, there's a big demand. In
some provinces, it's non-existent.
That's right.
Exactly.
There's only 5 public libraries left in PNG.
In the country.
Yes.
Wow.
So there's a demand out there. For instance, when I was growing up in the 90s in Ley City, you had a library there that I could go to. Right. My children don't have that opportunity now. No. And it's virtually non-existent in all our major towns and cities. So it really is, for me, that's a crisis. And I feel that with the work that we're doing, we'd really like to continue to advocate for communities, for the government, for everybody to work together to address this crisis.
But the police coming to you saying, hey, you get started up in my province, are they assisting you in any way?
Oh yes,
some money and.
Oh yes, we've had one.
There were a lot of money with DSIPs and PSIPs. So yeah.
Yes, we have benefited from some of that DSIP funding, particularly in Alata, where we've had Minister Charles Abel.
Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He has. Quite recently in November, we opened a library out at Lelahoa in Alata also.
Okay.
It took quite a few years to do, but we got it done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of interest from a lot of the politicians that have come to us wanting to.
What about the education department? Are they with you on this? Are you talking to them?
Currently, the education policy, children, it covers children from 6 years and up to high school, etc. So it doesn't really cater for children below 6 years of age. Hence, we are working with them in a number of different ways in terms of looking at the curriculum, early childhood curriculum. We've attended a couple of workshops.
We also have a board director from the Department of Education on our board.
Yes.
So they're very much part of shaping our programs.
We're going to be putting the books that we have produced through a vetting process, through the standards that they have there. So yes, we are working, slowly working in alignment with the Department of Education, and we'd like to be able to do more with them.
Okay, and Sophie, in PNG, a child from 2 to maybe 5, 6, they're in play mode. Our ways don't prepare or don't start them with a book per se. Whereas in Australia, or where you come from, in Denmark, they probably read before that, or they read at that time. Is that what we're missing out here?
Definitely. You've got your finger right on it. what's happening when you look at a child's development, if you even have a look at the brain, the 75% of a child's brain is formed before the age of 5.
Wow.
So if you want to set the patterns for long-term education, you have to get in there and start reading or telling stories to your children before that age. It will hugely help the children with their schooling, with understanding how to focus, how to listen, how to retain important information. And if you are able to read with your children, you will basically make sure that they start school already knowing and are able to recognize. So it's an extremely important part of our messaging is for parents to take that engagement, because all the research shows that yes, schools are part of the literacy journey, but the learning starts in the home. The parent engagement is the single most important thing for the child's brain to form, for the child to be ready for education. So we're doing all we can to try to...
You know, I think you really have a challenge here. I mean, kids today are on the mobile phones, on TV, and with computers, and that isn't really reading, is it? So
no,
is that,
I wouldn't call it that.
No.
No. And in Australia, you're saying that, and there had been a lot of discussion also, does that mean bookshops will close? Does that mean public libraries will not be valid? On the contrary, people in the 21st century are consuming more literacy than ever. People are, you know, consuming books, they are reading apps, they are, you know, following the media. They are able to be fully across all this. And that's where we say in Papua New Guinea, we need to have the traditional forms of learning in addition to the new forms. So we're very much advocating that the children start with traditional and then they can move on to, you know, all the other fun stuff. But you need to have your base right to be able to develop.
Okay, ladies, you have a birthday coming up.
That's right.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it's so Book Belong Pikanini established its first library at Port Moresby General Hospital on the 8th of April 2008. And so we're celebrating that this week. We have a policy of trying to reach the most vulnerable children first. We believe that all children, you know, be they sick, be they disabled, or be they vulnerable, should have access to valuable learning opportunities. So we established the first library at the hospital because we were thinking there's so much need, where do we start? Yes. At the hospital, the children in the malnutrition, HIV and tuberculosis ward are often hospitalized for up to a year. So we wanted to give them that special care that has helped them with their rehabilitation. Our second library is in a school for disabled children, mainly hearing impaired. And thanks to the sponsorship of some of our organizations, Kramer Oshenko and the Oshenko Foundation, we have actually built one of the best special needs programs in Papua New Guinea for deaf children. Okay. So they have all the tools that they need. And the rest of the libraries are established, as Lucinda said, next to settlements, next to schools, so that we can really get the children where they are. So we essentially take the libraries to the children. They don't have to travel great distances to come to us. All
right. Okay, ladies, we are running out of time. But Lucinda, I'll give you 30 seconds. Last words.
Okay. As I said earlier, literacy in the country is so important for our country, for our children, for the next generation. And we really have to work together to address this issue in the country. And I'd like to appeal to all our educationists in the country, everybody who believes in literacy, to get behind literacy initiatives and not just Book Belong Pikanini, so that we have a generation that is informed and educated and able to participate in all, you know, spheres of the economy, politics, academia, everything. So that's what I'd like to see happening in Papua New Guinea now and into the future.
Okay, good on you. That's 30 seconds. And Sophie Herman, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I want to say literacy is everybody's business. That's our new slogan. We want everyone to be involved. We want an all-of-community approach to support the children. But also, during Literacy Week this year, we'll be holding a book fair where we will be selling beautiful quality books to support families have books to read. We're also going to do a Dad's Read event to get men involved in reading to children, taking 10 minutes every day to read to their kids. Okay. And we're going to be launching our book, for Papua New Guinean children, written by Papua New Guinean authors and illustrators. So literacy is everyone's business. Get behind it, get reading to your children and enjoy what the love of reading brings to your life.
Okay, ladies, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
The founder of Book Belong Pickaninny, Anne Sophie Herman, and Executive Officer Lucinda Kisip. This has been PNG Tonight. Thank you for watching. We'll have for you another program at the same time tomorrow. Good night.